one lesson you have learned from all
I
of them?
guess it's that we're all apprentices. We're all learning. None of us is an expert on life. None of us has been here before. And so just through those different experiences, we're all just apprentices. We're all just, one of my favorite writers says, we're all trying to do our best, you know. And that's what I learned. The more I listen to people's stories, but, you know, just on all sides, just that we're apprentices, we're learning. And as much as possible, you want to approach people with empathy, with mercy, with understanding. You know, that's what I've learned in speaking to a lot of people.
Thank you so much, Jude. Jude, if I should give an opportunity to write something on a billboard that everyone on earth is going to see, what are you going to put on it?
Everybody is trying to do their best. You know, I mean, another one of the quotes I use for my life every day is, when I know better, I will do better. You know, so that's also something else. That's also a powerful quote I use for myself all the time. So those are the two things I will put in. When I know better, I'll do better. When you know better, you should do better. You know, those are the kind of the guiding principles of my own life.
Thank you so much, Jude. Jude, when things are not working for you, what do you do when things are actually working for you?
Well, first I cry. First I cry. You know, when things are not working for me, I cry. I give myself a good cry. And then I reach out to my friends. I have the best friends in the world. One of them just joined us now, Chioma. I have the best friends in the world. We hold ourselves accountable. We tell ourselves the truth. We do not lie to ourselves, but we encourage ourselves. We are always there for ourselves. I can always count on my friends when I'm down, no matter what goes on. I don't play with my friendships. You know, I don't play with them. All this noise, I mean, it's great to have followers, great to have fans. But to be honest, your fans are not going to be there when you are down. They're not going to understand the contexts, you know. They're not going to understand your makeup. They're not going to be able to stand with you, even if every other person stands out or against you, yeah? So, I have a good cry, and I reach out to my friends.
Thank you very much. Speaking of good friends, what are the things that you look out for before making someone, okay, this is my friend, before you see that person? You want to look.
It's one of those things I have to tell you in hindsight, because when I was choosing my friends, I didn't deliberately go looking for these qualities. But I think that the number one thing is, I always say two things. If you don't have a friend that, if you are not safe telling somebody your deepest fears and secrets, and that person is not your friend. Like, it's just really that simple. If you don't feel safe, just telling this person, this is what I'm feeling now, this is what is happening. You know, if you're not safe there, then it's not friendship. It's something else, and that thing might be useful, but it is not friendship. And sometimes we are suspicious people, so we don't even know people we should trust. But if you're not safe with the person, that means you cannot be a friend with that person. So you stay aside. That's my simple test. Over the years, I've realized that I can tell my friends everything and anything. Everything and anything. I can trust them. You know, so yeah.
Thank you very much, Jude. Jude, is there any gift? Can you share with us any gift that you have received from someone that made a profound effect to who you have today? It could be advice, it could be a gift, but in your own words, it has made a profound effect to who you have today.
Oh yes, a lot of them. Most of them are books. True North was given to me by my auntie Biola Alabi about 5 or 6 years ago. It's one of the greatest gifts anybody has given me. Yeah, so most of them are books. Most of the gifts that have changed my life have been books. Books. I can give you that example. True North was a lifesaver.
Thank you so much, Jude. Jude, I want to ask you that one question again is about what are you going to say for someone who is at the verge of giving up on his or her dream because of what is happening, you know, the answers, and what are you going to say? What's that word you're going to say that to that person, that your whole world, it could help that person? I believe those ones are watching us right now.
To give up on themselves? You mean to give up on people that may want to give up on themselves, you mean?
Yes, yes.
Well, I wanted to give up last week. So, you know, I think that's the first thing I want to tell people, that yes, I wanted to give up last week. Ah, my goodness. You know, so that you want to give up, that one is old news. Oh. There are many times when we say we want to give up. You know, so I think it's first to let the person know that you're not alone in the intermittent desire to just give up. You know, sometimes you just live a life, just like, oh, you know, things are so tough. I'm trying my best. People are not appreciating it. I've done something I shouldn't have done. You know, I'm just trying to do my best. You know, so yeah, so it's normal. So that's the first thing I'll say to the person, that many of us also want to give up many times. And the second is, we're just all, you know, after we try to give up, after we want to give up, we just say, you know what, we'll try again. So it's, and then you remember the times when, you know, things went well. You remember the times when you felt joy, peace, clarity, grace, forgiveness. And then you keep going. And then you keep going. You know, but it's one thing, it's not to deny, there's nothing unusual or weak about wanting to give up. It is a completely human emotion. And sometimes life becomes so tough that it is legitimate to want to quit. But then you find the strength somehow, friends, remembrance, and you keep going, because there will be better moments. There will be joyful moments. There will be moments of clarity. Those always come. They always come.
All right, thank you so much, Jude. You know, for me personally, I am used to your page. You know, I watch almost everything, the interview section and all. Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you so much. I am so delighted. For me, what your videos are of great impact to my own life. So I want to say thank you so much for what you are doing. I really appreciate you so much. All right, Jude, can you share with us what's your thoughts on failure and disappointment? How did you get back on your feet and say, okay, this failure was not the end of me? What are the things, one, two things that you do?
Well, I used to have this quote I used to say. This is an aspire to perspire quote. I used to say, if I stop moving, then my chances of failure are 100%. Or my chances of success, if I stop moving, my chances of success are 0. If I keep moving, they improve to 50. You know, on average. So that's the thing. It's like, when, you know, failure is part of the deal. Failure is part of the game. Failure is expected. Failure is normal. Failure is a part. That's not like, look, if I was going to build a world, I would not build a world with failure. Nobody likes failure. Failure is not sexy. But this is the world we have. Failure is part of the deal. So you just have to accept that. You know, like, I don't want to fail. Nobody wants to fail. But, you know, you just have to accept that. So you have to feel the emotions and then keep moving. And then keep moving, you know, because you want to ensure that no matter what happens, you continue to increase your chances of success. No matter what happens, you want to keep increasing. And the only way to increase your chances of success is to keep moving. There's no other way.
Thank you so much, Jude. Jude, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your legacy to be?
You know, more and more, you know, I used to say that I didn't want to leave a legacy. You know, like legacy, all this talk. I just want to live my life. And maybe that's where I still am. But, you know, I want people to think of me and think forgiveness and grace and mercy and acceptance and empathy and love and kindness. You know, that's what I want. I don't have any specific legacy. You know, one of the people I love the most in the world, she's late, is Maya Angelou. You know, another person who inspires me is Wayne Dia. And these are people who came to the world with grace and mercy. And people I love the most are people who are who have empathy. That's why I love Christianity. That's why I love the Holy Spirit. That's why I love Jesus Christ. These are people of incredible, indescribable. That's why I love Apostle Paul. These are people of such empathy and humanity. You know, so I want to just live a world where people around me know that, you know, last week somebody betrayed me or did something that I thought was a betrayal. And what I did was I sent the person a text and I said, I want you to know that you are still, I'm going to protect myself against such a person because you don't want people to keep hurting you. But I said to the person, you know, you are still welcome, you know, to my party. You know, I want you to know you are still welcome. Because even though I know that this is not a person to be trusted anymore, but this is still a person to be loved, you know? And love costs, I can both love and protect myself at the same time, yeah? And so I want to be known for that. I want to be known for forgiveness and mercy and kindness and patience and love, both for others and for myself.
What are you going to say to your younger self? What's the advice you are going to give to your younger self, the younger Jude? What advice are you going to
Well, it's not going to be that deep. It's just take care of your physical health. Take care of your physical health. In the process of just hustling, trying to succeed, all of that, I have done damage to my health. I mean, in ways, I'm being healed now. My body is being repaired. But I had paid attention when my mother said, what, don't read with bad lights. Sit up straight. Let your back be straight. Sleep. Today, take it easy. She was right. She was absolutely right. I thank God for healing. Yeah, but there was nothing that I have done. There's nothing I've done. There's nothing I have achieved that was worth the price of any damage in my physical health.
How can I ease that and just forgive that? What are the things that you do personally to help you to just forgive that person?
So that's a good question to think about, because these days forgiveness often comes automatically for me. I've had a lot of practice. I forgive all kinds of things, though. Like, I forgive all kinds of things. Like, some people know the things I forgive. I think I remember that I'm also a sinner. I think that's what it is. I remember that I'm also a sinner, and I have grieved a lot of people. And I try I try to be a good person. I try to be the best version of myself. So most times when I hurt anybody, it's almost never deliberate. But then how do I know the other person's own is also not deliberate? So I think when I remember that I'm also a sinner and I want grace and I want mercy, I want grace, I want mercy, that makes it easier to forgive anybody else. Because I'm giving what I want. I'm sowing what I want to reap. And I guess the second thing is I want to sleep at night. I want to sleep well. There's that Nigerian colloquialism. I don't want to hold anybody in my chest or something. There's literally that image of having that heavy burden. Unforgiveness is too heavy a burden to bear. I always joke. I say I remember everything. Therefore, if I don't forgive everything, I will be too burdened. I need to forgive since I remember. So I think those two things. One, I want forgiveness, so I give it. I want mercy, so I give it. I want love, so I give it. I want kindness, so I give it. I give everything that I want. I give everything that I want. That's what makes it very easy for me to forgive.
Thank you so much, Jude. Jude, what are the 1, 2, 3 things that you do that helped you thus far? What are the things that you deliberately that have made you be the person that you have today? What are the 1, 2, 3 things that you do deliberately to be who you have?
Well, number one is I read a lot. I read like a mad person. I read constantly. I'm constantly reading. There's so much knowledge in the world, and books are the best resource for accessing them. So I read. Every major growth point in my life has been linked to reading. So that's number one. Number two, I curate people that I trust. When things go wrong, when I need clarity, when I need wisdom, I run to my mentors, I run to my friends. That one I don't play with. So that's something that's very powerful, and that's very deliberate. And number three is just for my personal joy. I'm constantly practicing the discipline of gratitude. Every day, almost every day, because we're not perfect. I note what I'm grateful for, and I thank the universe and I thank God for it. I can point to those three things.
Thank you so much, Jude.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jude. As we round up now, you are working on that you want people to know about. As we just round up now, where can we reach you?
Well, I'm going to be doing an announcement. I'm going to be doing an announcement on my Instagram page on Thursday. Yeah, about my next. I'm working on something very deeply personal. I'm working on a possible film and book project, on something very personal that's going to take me. This is my last Instagram live for the year, and it's possibly my last Instagram live for the next. I'm not doing any Instagram lives or anything on the internet throughout next year. That's why I wanted to do this. I just thought, this would be a gift to just give. I see you on my things, and I thought this would be a great thing to do. I don't take it for granted myself, so I'm glad to do it. So I'm going to make an announcement, and the next year, I mean, my show continues, but I'm working on this very personal project that requires me going deep into myself. I think, I always say to people think that I do my show. I have this image that I don't like, this image of perfection. Do you understand? I'm this perfect guy, and I'm like, so I'm far from perfect, and I do not need to be perfect. I do not desire that reputation or image or anything. I just want people to know me as a human being. So next year, I am doing something very personal that just lets people, no matter who they are, look at me and feel, okay, I'm a human being. There's something Maya Angelou used to say, I'm human. Nothing human is alien to me.